Quite a few people have asked us to do a video tour of our Hatteras. So I'm going to put one together now using my smartphone, so hopefully the quality and the sound will be okay. It's a 58 Hatteras, 58 Motor Yacht. It's a 1979, and we are the third owners, actually fourth if you count the fact that it belonged to a charity briefly about 15 years ago. But the boat was originally commissioned by an optometrist, I guess he was, who invented a device to extract cataracts from eyes. And the original name of the boat was the Roto X, which stood for Roto Extractor, which was the name of the device. Now, as I said, we're 58 foot. We have, I don't know whether this was standard in 79 or not, but the back is enclosed as opposed to most of the 58s I've seen where it's open, similar to the non-extended cab 53s. We used to have these shields over all our windows until I had a little mishap at a dock in Florida where we rubbed against the side and it took off a couple. So we don't have those anymore. We have the Mark Whip staircase going up, which is a real nice feature that came with the boat. And we leave it on most of the time when we're at dock, or at least when we're at dock for any length of time. If we're just popping in and out, we don't. I'll take you up to the bow, which is actually very spacious. We have had 22 people out here watching a fireworks show over 4th of July. So you can fit quite a few people. There's swim pads, or sunbathing pads, I guess you can call them. Seats and we'll go back in. There's electrical connections on the side of each side, the port and the starboard of the boat. We don't use them. We have up front, the previous owners had installed the electrical ones, the retractable. Right now we're just using that side, but we have both cords coming out of the front. Which is why we dock almost exclusively bow in, so that we're close to the electrical connections and water connections. Okay, well, we enter into the lower helm. Electronics are a little dated. They work, but they're a little dated. All the standard equipment and the autopilot, which we use all the time. We also have video surveillance on the boat. There's cameras in the common areas and outside the perimeter of the boat. And some artwork we bought from a street artist here in Penn's Landing. Let me take you to the salon and galley. I'll put a few lights on here. The galley is up in the 58, and it's a nice sized galley. It was remodeled not too long ago by one of the owners. The dual refrigerator, freezer pull-out drawers, and a microwave convection oven. Lots of cabinetry, and nice counter, although we're thinking of taking it out and extending it so that we can put bar stools underneath. That will be one of our upcoming projects. The salon is opened up to what we are using as a dining room, but it used to be, in this boat originally I believe came with sliding glass doors there, and they were removed by one of the previous owners. And they put some bamboo flooring in. We are using it as our dining room right now. We have a door in the back here that takes us out to a small back deck or a platform. I'm not sure what you want to call it. Just a little area that you can stand, and I suppose you could fish off of it. And there's a ladder taking us down to the swim platform. Also has a wet bar, ice maker, air conditioning. More storage, stereo system hooked up throughout the boat. We hooked up a Sirius XM radio to it because that's what we like to listen to. And the most important storage on the boat. And we'll head on downstairs to the forward cabin. This originally would have been the crew's quarters in the boat, and this would have been a dinette, but the previous owner turned it into sort of an office space. And the bunk beds in the forward cabin, as well as a head and a shower. Now there is a door that shuts off this entire area, which is why it would have been considered the crew's quarters. Now, of course, we don't have a crew, it's just the two of us, so this is where our guests stay, at least if that's their choice. There is also a skylight there that takes you up to the bow, and just access to the windlass and the power cables behind that cabinet. Closet, I guess it's a little too dark to see that, but there is also a washer and dryer here in the crew quarters, which we use quite often. Okay, coming back out of the forward cabin, we have another cabin here that has bunk beds as well. They kind of crisscross. And there is also another head in this room as well too. You can go on down the hallway here. The guest stateroom is to the port side. And this time we have twin beds, which we're thinking of converting over to a queen, just because there's so many twin beds on this boat, but not enough beds for couples. There's a large closet in this room as well. And across the hall from this cabin is another head, as well as another shower. And down the hallway is the master cabin. All the rooms have their own independent air conditioners, which makes it nice. There's also stereo controls for volume, and Lynn has her vanity here. And on the other side of the room is another head. And this one has a shower, and it also, the bottom acts as a tub as well. So this is the most roomy bathroom on the boat. Okay, we'll head back down the hallway. And I'll show you the engine rooms. Here's the port side engine room. The sound you hear is probably one of the air conditioners that is on right now. And of course, across the hallway we have the starboard. And if I pull up the floor in the stateroom that has the crisscross twin beds, you'll see we have our generator room. I'll pop down here real quick. Turn a light on. Now there are a lot of electrical panels on the boat. You can see this is our 32 volt panel box here. On the other side of the helm, we have our main control panel. And next to it, the main 110 systems. There's another 110 panel box in the engine room too that controls the air conditioning. And finally, we'll go up to the fly bridge. This is where we spend most of our time. Most of our entertaining is done up here on the fly bridge. And I typically operate the boat from up here as well because I like the visibility. We have a duplicate set of electronics up here, the same stuff we have downstairs. And we have a tender on the back, a 13-foot Boston Whaler. with a Yamaha 40 horsepower. There's our safety raft and the davit to lower the tender. And there is also a refrigerator here, and there is a grill behind that panel, and lots of storage everywhere. And well, I guess that pretty much completes the tour of the boat. If you have any questions, just let us know. I'll try and get this posted as soon as I can. And the head for this stateroom is across the hall. And just standard Mary May toilets, and there's a shower here. Okay, well, you can catch the rest of this one on Pornhub.